A brisket is a big investment of time and money, so if I'm buying one, I don't want to waste a piece. I'll be turning this prime brisket into juicy barbecue, cracklings, tallow, and jerky. First, the trim. Be generous. Cut off the mohawk and any loose flappy pieces. Leave about a 1/4 inch of fat on the cap. Trim any brown meat and round off the point and flat for aerodynamics. The brisket itself gets covered in salt and goes into a fridge overnight for a dry brine. This helps with moisture retention and has always given me better results. Since I'm making jerky too, I cut some of the trim meat into bite-sized pieces and toss them into a bag with Worcestershire, soy sauce, and a beer. That marinates overnight for maximum flavor. Now the fat. Cut it into small pieces so it renders easier. Into a pot it goes with a little water on medium-low heat for a few hours. Once rendered, strain the liquid through a coffee filter to get beautiful homemade tallow. Leave the pieces in the pot, crank the heat to high, and fry them until crispy. That's your brisket cracklings. Next day, pull the brisket out and coat it in black pepper. Salt and pepper is all you need. This is just my personal preference at least. Fire up your smoker. I'll be using a 22-inch Weber kettle with a spider venom to control temp and a slow and sear insert for indirect heat. Let that brisket come closer to room temperature while your smoker gets going. This brisket took about 11.5 hours at 225 plus a 3.5 hour rest. I placed a chunk of wood under a shallow part of the brisket so liquid wouldn't pool. Pooling moisture can prevent bark from forming. This one didn't stall at 165, so I didn't wrap. I pushed through 165 easily and built a solid bark and smoke ring. While the brisket smoked, I started the jerky in the dehydrator at 165 for 7 hours. When the brisket hit 203 and felt probe tender, it was time to rest. Preheat a cooler by pouring in boiling water, wrap the brisket in butcher paper or foil, double it lengthwise for plenty of coverage, dump the hot water out of the cooler, line it with towels, place the wrapped brisket inside, and cover with more towels. Let it rest 3 to 4 hours until it drops to 140 to 155 degrees. I'm using a new knife I got on Amazon for this carving, and I've done better in the past. I also made the mistake of forgetting the wood chunk I used to prop up the brisket. I sliced the flat vertically and the point horizontally. In the end, juicy barbecue, crispy cracklings, rich homemade tallow, and flavor-packed jerky. 1 brisket, 4 results, 0 waste.